I'm Juan Roberto Barillas. I'm the production manager here in the farm in Linda Vista. This is a farm that belongs to PanAmerican Seed in Cartago, Costa Rica. So we are standing in one of the old greenhouses where we usually do production. This is one of the wooden greenhouses which tend to be very short in terms of height. So because of that, we were having issues with the temperature. With temperature getting too high because of this global warming. So trying to solve that, we ended up using paint to reduce the temperature, and so it fixed one problem, but it created another one. We were not giving the plants enough light. With the global warming, in our locations the temperature has been going up, so that has created a problem for some of the crops. Because the temperature goes too high, so they don't really perform well. The conditions are not as it used to be. They are not as predictable as they used to be. So we tend to have a very well-defined dry season and hot season. So ideally we were producing the crops in the rainy season, the crops that needs humidity. We were producing in the rainy season, so they get the humidity by nature. But right now, you can have a very long dry period in the rainy season, and then the crops need humidity, so you don't have it naturally, so you have to give it. And then if you don't have, then you may not end up producing what you wanted to produce. Our greenhouses were built several years ago when the weather was different, and right now, we have to find different ways to solve the problem of these small greenhouses that also does not have too much of the technology to really influence on the environmental conditions of the crops that we are producing. The company has been investment in new greenhouses with new technology that allow us to be, to react faster until these not optimal environmental conditions. Greenhouses that are, high in height, have different tools to influence the environmental conditions of the inside the greenhouse and give the crops the optimum conditions. Now this is a greenhouse. Let's go inside. Here we are in one of the new greenhouses built in Linda Vista, the high-tech greenhouses. That's how we call them. We call them high-tech because we have invested in several features like shade curtains, heaters, recirculated fans, fogging system, which are tools that help us to give the crop the proper conditions. We are using these greenhouses for the most difficult crops that we have, so that we can be reliable in the production, independent on the environmental conditions that will be outside of the greenhouse. The greenhouses are 6.5 meters tall to the gutter. The bays are 12.8 meters wide, which means that we can have a lot more light transmission. So depending on the crop that we will be producing, we can get as much light as possible, meaning more production, or we can also have the shade that will help us to reduce the shade for the crops that does not need it. We have built already 3.5 hectares for production, and our plan is to keep expanding as much as the new crops will require that. Right now we have a plan to do 2.5 hectares more. The way how we think that it's worth to make investments like this is because we are able to produce more seed per square meter. We have been able to increase the quality of our crops, and one of the most important things is be reliable. So independent of the conditions, we are going to be able to deliver the seed on time through the different periods. So we're committed to producing Costa Rica because it gives us security, a stable government. The most important thing, the people. We have here people that knows what they're doing, has been working with us for a very long time. They're passionate about what they do, about the seed production. So we have committed people in our business, and that's why we like to stay here.